Well. Guess what I got for y'all today? Before I get started, I'm asking for folks to subscribe to the channel. This is Prince Benya at Prince 40 Benya under Spiritual Truth. Please subscribe to my channel. I would sure appreciate it. Or leave a comment in the box. Let me know what you think. Okay, people. So what I got for you today is the state of Israel in the streets celebrating the death of a young Pakistani little boy, no older than maybe 9 to 12 years old, that they burnt alive. And they're celebrating this while they raise and throw up their flags, the Israeli flags. Now, the world may think that these Zionists are men and women of God, and the world may have been led to believe that they're innocent, but they have never been innocent. They have always been demonic. And if you notice, the Pakistani people are saying the same thing Hitler said. You know, these people, they come over and then they try to take over. They feel like they're better, and they feel like you're less than them, and they'll actually come over and try to take your land. The Germans has the same fear as the Pakistani people, but we love to believe that these Jews or so-called Zionists are innocent. Now, don't get me wrong. I do not agree with what the Germans did. I'm just saying there's some common grounds and arguments when it comes down to the Germans and the Palestine people. They seem to hate the Jews for the same reason. And because we didn't have technology at the time, we didn't know what was really going on in Iraq. Only thing we know is the Pakistani people bombed the Twin Towers and they're suicidal and etc. But I've come to understand, especially being a black man, that if you are in bondage, you would rather die than live like that. But if you could take a few of your enemies with you when you go, that's even a plus. Because as an African, so-called American, which I don't claim, but when our people was on the slave ships during the Atlantic slave trade, a lot of our people fought their captives, killed them, and then, or if they couldn't kill them when they got free, they would jump in the ocean and drown. They would rather die than to be taken into captivity, into slavery. So I can understand personally, as a descendant of a slave, what it feels like to be in an open air prison, what it feels like not to see a future, and would think death would be better than this. Now, I do not condone the killing of innocent women and children by any means. Do I think that is right on either side? But you have to understand, by perspective, if you raise your children with the kind of hatred to kill and destroy, then they are part of the issue as well. They're gonna grow up and take on the roles that their fathers take on, just like in the Bible when it talks about Amalek. God told Joshua, I believe it was Joshua, to go into the city of the Nephilims and kill everything breathing, the women, the children, the men, the cattle. He even wanted the cattle dead. And he said, burn the city to the ground. He wanted everything there destroyed, even what they have built and established. Now, we don't fully, truly, really know exactly what's going on over there. But if you go back and you study the history, these Zionists are not Jews, they're atheists. And they have gone into this land where Jews have lived peacefully amongst the Palestinian people and worked with them and ate with them and fellowship with them. for hundreds of years before this Zionist movement came into power, which only established about 100 years ago. And they come into power and given authority by our government and other governments in order to have white power all around the world. They've done it in Africa. They've done it all around the world. So they got over here with these colored people, because the Palestinian and the original Jews and some of the other Jews, they were always people of color. Iniquity wise, they had color, they had melanin in their skin. But it's white power. They want, the white race wants to rule the world. So they use these European Zionists, and I'm not going to call them Jews because they're not. Orthodox Jews does not condone this. They've been marching and fighting alongside the Palestinian people. They was the ones that marched with us when we was going through our civil rights movement and fighting for our freedom and the right to be a human being. These Zionists was not. They was buying up our property. They were polluting our neighborhoods with not just drugs, but Planned Parenthoods and all of this other stuff to destroy us. They have always been racist and biased. Always. So I'm finna play a video for y'all, and I want y'all to watch these Zionist Jews celebrate the death and burning of a child. But they're supposed to be God's people. No, they stole the identity of the original Jews. They stole their language, they stole their titles, their representation, and everything. They're not Jews, they're Zionists, which is a cult. I want y'all to watch this. And then, like I said before, leave a comment in the box. Let me know what you think about it. And subscribe to my channel, because I do this all day long. We keeping it real over here, people. This is Spiritual Truth. I mean, they confess to kidnapping, beating the little boy to death, and then burning his body. I mean, and then not only we can understand that what they did is wrong, moral wise, but for the people to go out into the streets and celebrate the death of a child. Who is these demonic bastards? Who is these so-called Zionist movement who do not honor the code? Who do not? They're not even kosher. They don't even eat kosher. They don't practice the religion. A lot of them are atheists. But how could you go out into the streets and celebrate the death of a child? But we want to put it all on the Pakistani and Palestine people. We want to say that all of these people, they celebrated the death and murder of children. Two rights don't make a wrong. We got to understand that they have been killing these people, children, for over 75 years. The Palestine children have been getting murdered in their homes by the Israeli government and police department. The soldiers go into their homes and take over their homes and put them downstairs on the sofa, rape their women and their children. And there's nothing the people could do about it. Do your research. This Zionist movement is demonic. Who would do this? Where's your moral conscience? And racist slurs. Racist slurs. What could they be calling them other than nigga? Totally disrespecting them because they're people of color. This is a racist movement. Israel must be shut down or find another home. You can't go into somebody else's home and take advantage of them, build a wall around them, put them in an open air prison, cut off their water and food supply whenever you choose to. These poor people was denied potato chips, for crying out loud. Who is the enemy here? Just because the Bible talk about Jews and says they're God's chosen people don't mean we have to accept this demonic activity that's going on. Racism is not accepted nowhere, as far as I'm concerned, as a descendant of a slave living in America, who have a lawsuit going on right now because of the color of my skin, because of racism. I am suing the police department. I live this every day in my black skin, and I don't condone it under any circumstances. Something has to be done. All of these people out here protesting, where's the Zionists? Why they not being shown? You know why? Because they blocked behind the wall and they're afraid for their life. Death to the Arabs. Oh, wow. Only Hamas wants to kill all the Jews. What do you think they feel? This is a war that's been going on. They never like they not just saying they saying Arabs. Do you know what we call Arabs here in America? That's anybody from Iraq, Pakistan, any Muslim descent that own corner stores and stuff. We call them Arabs. When they say death to the Arabs, they talking about all Muslims, Palestinian people, not just Pakistani people. Any Muslim on the planet, they saying they want them dead, kill them. And these is young men and women that's taught this by their elders. Pay attention, people. This stuff is serious. So what I say, and I'm going to kill the video there because it's sicking me to my stomach. I say y'all need to really pay attention to what's really going on. The Bible say many will call themselves Jews but are not, but are the synagogues of Satan. We're looking at the Antichrist about to be reborn. They're building the temple. Only the Messiah was supposed to do that. Not these so-called Zionist movement. And when they finish over there and they take over that land, they're going to help every other races around the world to wipe out anything that's not white. They killing in sight. I want y'all to really pay attention to this, because if you are for the Jews, you are a fool. You are a fool. You need to do your research. These are not nice people. They're racist, wicked, murderers, and everything else you could call them. I call them dogs. You can like it or not, but it is. That was Yahshua called the Pharisees and Sadducees, because these Zionists is of their father, the devil. So please go back, do your research, look into what it is that I'm telling you about. Tune in to my next video. Check me out. See, I would like to get your opinions on it. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment in the box. Let me know what you think about anything that you've seen here today or anything that I said, and let's have a talk about it. Until then, this is Spiritual Truth. Your host, Prince Benya, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Have a blessed day.